طلاب العربية طالبات العربية، مرحبا بكم مرة أخرى في درس جديد. الدرس 54، المفعول المطلق. المفعول المطلق هو اسم متمم مشتق من لفظ الفعل. معنى هذا it's a complementing, it's a noun and it's complementing in the sentence. It's not really an essential part of the sentence. And it's generally derived from the main verb of the sentence. ويأتي لي. So what are the things or the functions that it does? أولا توكيد الفعل. First, to emphasize the verb. النبت المتكاسل تأنيبا. So أنب is to reproach, to reprimand. And المتكاسل is somebody who's not usually lazy, but suddenly got lazy. And تأنيبا here, you see, is derived, it's the masdar of the verb النبت. And in this case, it's used for emphasis. يعني, I really gave him a big lesson, right? I reprimanded him strongly. اثنان أو ثانيا لبيان نوع الفعل. The second is to show the type of verb. This is describing how. And in a way, المفعول المطلق is really close to the adverb of manner. الحال is not. So, فهم الطلاب الكتاب فهما عميقا. Once again, فهم فهما, المصدر is derived from the same verb. And the students understood the book deeply. يعني literally you say in Arabic, a deep understanding. But the repetition in Arabic is accepted. لبيان عدده. This is the third function that it has. To show how many times it happens, or to show the number of occurrences of the verb. سافرنا هذه السنة سفرتين. So we traveled this year twice. Huh? صيغ المفعول المطلق. Now let's take a look at its forms. The most common form is مصدر نكرة أو معرفة. The first is a masdar, either definite or indefinite, is actually the most occurring form of المفعول المطلق. آية من القرآن الكريم من سورة الغاشية، الآية 24. فيعذبه الله العذاب الأكبر. فعذب العذاب. So القرآن didn't say عذابا, right? The alif lam is very emphatic here and very important. ثانيا يمكن أن يكون اسم هيئة. We will study اسم الهيئة, when the time comes, but اسم الهيئة is a noun of stance. It shows how the person is holding, standing, or sitting, etc. كان أخي جالسا جلسة الأمراء. So actually it's not جلسة, it's جلسة. When you say جلسة, he's sitting in a certain manner, right? جلسة الأمراء. My brother was sitting the sitting of princes. He was sitting like a prince. اسم مرة. It can be also a noun of instance or of occurrence. سافرنا سفرتين. We traveled twice, right? 2 times. That's a noun of time, right? A noun of how many occurrences you'd have. رابعا جملة فعلية بعد مثلما وكما. A verbal sentence that comes after كما and مثلما. And that ما in both requires the use of a verb. فعلت كما أمر أبي. How did I do? I did as my father ordered, right? So كما أمر أبي هذا مفعول مطلق. الحذف والنيابة. So there are other ways in which omission, or you have something that acts as a deputy or replaces, المفعول المطلق, occur also. Look at the following examples. شكرته كثيرا. So here we put the word شكرا between parentheses. Normally it's omitted. We say شكرته كثيرا. But كثيرا is as understood as it is a deputy in a way. It's telling us that there's a مفعول مطلق even though the مفعول مطلق was not mentioned. So I thanked him a great deal, right? I thanked him a great thanking, literally in Arabic, but we're not mentioning the thanking part. فهمنا قصده تماما. How did we understand his intention or what he meant? Completely or very well. So فهمنا قصده فهما تاما would have been another way of expressing this. فهمنا قصده تمام الفهم. Now we're creating an إضافة where تماما is acting as مضاف and الفهمي is coming as مضاف إليه. That's also a way of doing النيابة عن المفعول المطلق. ملاحظة قد يكون عامل المفعول المطلق يعني what is the word عامل? عامل is actually that which precedes المفعول المطلق and from which المفعول المطلق is derived. We've seen cases where the verb is that عامل. So يمكن أن يكون فعلا, it can be a verb. أحترم والدتي احتراما عظيما. So احتراما here is coming from the verb أحترم. I respect my mother greatly, right? يمكن أن يكون مصدرا. So it can be a مصدر as well. Look at this sentence. إن جهنم جزاؤكم جزاء موفورا. So سورة الإسراء الآية 63 إن جهنم هل is your reward or your end جزاء موفورا, repeating the word جزاء here, right? A great, reward to what you did or a punishment for what you did. So sometimes it repeats المصدر. اسم فاعل, it can be اسم فاعل as well. كان مضطربا اضطرابا شديدا. So مضطربا مفتعلا. So مضطربا, that is اسم فاعل. اضطرابا is following it. So it is العامل. شديدا. He was shaken a great deal, right? صفة مشبهة. It can be also a kind of صفة. المنظر جميل جمالا لا يوصف. So جميل جمالا مفعول مطلق. The view is beautiful, a beauty that cannot be described, right? اسم تفضيل. It can be اسم التفضيل. This is actually a great occurrence, perhaps rare, in which there's a repetition. هي أذكاهم ذكاء. So أذكاهم is أفعل التفضيل and ذكاء here is مفعول مطلق. Had this word not been the same root, this would be تمييز, which we will see inshallah in another lesson. شكرا جزيلا وأراكم في الدرس القادم إن شاء الله.